Hey, it's Lance. What are you doing, Lance?
Trying to figure out why is Robert Downey Jr. picture bigger than everybody else? And why is everybody looking this way and the black woman looking that way? What does she know that they don't know?
These are the kind of questions we can answer today. It's a show where we talk about movies and talk about the people that are in movies and talk about the people that make movies, kind of the way you talk about people that make movies. Look at all these people going to see Endgame yet again. So let's start the show by talking about exactly that.
Yes,
Why was she
we
looking
shall.
the other way?
Why was she looking at the other way? Let's break it open.
Waiting for King T'Challa to,
He is not coming back.
I know.
Oh, the king.
The
I
past
know.
is the past.
She's praying for him to maybe return.
So they're saying Avengers Endgame is probably going to break $3 billion, the first film to ever do that. Did you see that coming, King T'Challa?
Yeah, yes, I did. And man, it was like the craziest weekend with that and Game of Thrones. I think
I know.
the
I
most
like how
money,
you started as the king and you came out of it into Lance.
That's
you
a
gotta,
true king.
You gotta
True
humble
king.
yourself to
Right.
be a king. But this weekend made $37 gazillion on television and movies.
That's right. All right.
So
By the way, let's
crazy.
get to know the players. By the way, the world famous comedian Lance, where do we find you?
Lance Woods, Sir Lance Woods on Twitter, Christian Mingle, you'll find me.
What about farmers?
They won't let me
Farmers
on
only?
no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say unanimous.
World famous traveler Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Deaton, you said it.
All right, follow me at TV Market Sound. Don't forget this and more you'll be able to get on our YouTube channel. Follow Extra Butter.
Subscribe if you haven't. There's good stuff on there.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So back in the day, we caught up with King T'Challa himself, Chadwick Boseman, who was very protective of the plot of that movie, let alone this movie. Take a look.
I know it sounds like the simplest question to say, what do you have in common with your character? However, there are some very important traits that people should carry with them that this guy has.
I'm good at keeping secrets.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm good at keeping secrets. Yeah, I think it's sort of a Wakanda thing.
That guy is amazing, but you could tell about 12 red carpets deep that he was tired of talking about Black Panther. He was glad that Black Panther, at least at the last movie, had dissipated, so he could say,
You
I'm
see
dead.
the pictures when it first came out, then he started taking pictures like that.
Started wearing off.
Looked like he was in a casket. The way he was looking,
Right.
he was just sick of doing that when people walked up on
It
him.
was like, Wakanda forever, and then later it's like, Wakanda till maybe 9.
He
Yeah.
kept telling
But
people like, yo, it's not real. It's not real. Look,
You
it's not
have
real.
to like own it. If you're gonna be cast in a
Right.
Marvel movie, you become that character, I feel like.
The Russo brothers. So I went to the Disney lot to watch as many scenes as they would show us without plot spoiling this movie. They didn't want the press. They just showed us some key scenes like the emaciated Tony Stark in space withering away, where they pretty much used the same technology they did to make Captain America look scrawny before he came Captain America.
Interesting.
And the Russo brothers chatted with us after the movie for a minute, and they said, now if you guys will excuse us, we got to go finish this movie. They
Man.
literally finished it hours before we saw it. I had a chance to talk with them just about how it works being brothers and making movies.
And what does that come down to when you talk about the absolute last moment, whatever that definitive moment that your hand goes to the movie is? What is it? Where you go, all right, we're done.
It's never like you want it to be. It's always like, you'd keep going if you could. That's
Right.
why they have to tear it out of your hand.
It's like 2 or 3 VFX shots that are always the toughest. There's like, for whatever reason, these shots are really hard, and those are always the last things that come in, and that's what you're waiting for.
So my brothers and I, we couldn't make a bowl of oatmeal without getting into a fight growing up. How do you do a movie together?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's always people always respond to the fact that we work together. They're like, "Oh, I wish I could work with my sibling like that," or it's, "I could never work with my sibling like that." It's one or the other. It works for us for whatever reason.
Here's my review of this movie. This movie is just about as perfect as a superhero movie can get, and I did not see that coming because Infinity War I thought was, this is great. All right, enough about what we got to say. Let's go to the experts. You know him, you love him. He's written for Rolling Stone magazine, Time magazine, everything in between. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Edwards.
What?
KC.
That guy.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Movies are back again, right?
Yeah, so we all knew that Endgame was going to be a big movie. Did you know it was going to be the biggest movie of all time?
Yes.
You did.
It's a simple answer.
Yes. There was never a doubt. No doubt, baby. Like the band. No doubt.
There were so many expectations with this movie. It's hard to even ask you this. I don't want you to plot spoil anything. It's almost impossible to do. But did it match and did it meet all of your expectations?
As a fan, they're going nuts over this movie. As a professional critic that I am, there were flaws.
Yeah.
The first 45 minutes